friends, Heidi here from Rain Country. God is good all the time. Well, it's officially spring now and we're seriously getting into garden season. Well, except for some of us in the places where we can't really start planting much until the end of March at least, and a lot of things not until May. However, I was asked to be a part of this collaboration by Rose over at Wholesome Roots, and I was really glad to be a part of it because I was going to talk about some of these things anyway, so this was perfect timing. Now, this is the 3 new things that we're going to be putting in our garden this year. But the problem is I don't have just 3 new things I'm going to be trying. I have several. But I'll start with the top 3 and then I'll go over some things that I'm not sure that I'm going to try yet, but I have the seeds for. So one new thing is this particular brand of snow peas. It is the Caribe de Muson, I guess. And I got them from Baker Creek. Now I've grown snow peas before. They grow prolifically here. We do really well here in Rain Country with snow peas. However, even though I grew those seeds for several years, those snow peas, I was never really happy with the texture of them, so I thought it was time to try to find something that might be a little bit more tender. And this one, from what I remember reading about it, is supposed to have a little bit more tender, pod. Mostly that string part on the ones that I was growing before just seemed a little tough. And a lot of times we had to peel it off, and you shouldn't really have to do that. But these also get very large pods, and I love the color of the flowers on these. Usually they're just kind of a white, but these ones look really nice. I feel pretty certain these are going to do well for us because peas and beans are typically not a problem. And then I remembered this year, Jen sent me from JM at the Nut House some red Marconi sweet pepper seeds the year before, and I meant to start them last year and forgot all about it. So I actually do already have some started in the greenhouse, in my greenhouse in a greenhouse in little pots. And I did a little video on that, and you can find that right up here. And I'll be doing some follow-ups on that. So I'm really wanting to see how well these do, because sweet peppers here, bell peppers, typically do not grow well. Peppers of any variety do not do great here. I have found the best way to grow peppers of any kind, like the hot ones, I try to grow as many hot peppers as I can, are in pots, in the greenhouse. In the ground in the greenhouse, meh, but in pots in the greenhouse, I do so much better. Why in pots rather than straight in the ground, I don't know. You'd think greenhouse would make the difference, but anyway, that's what I'll be doing with these. And then the other one I wanted to try for sure that is new, and this was sent to me from one of our subscribers up in Canada, and it's called a parade cucumber. And so I thought it would be nice to try a new variety of cucumber this year. Now the straight 8s always do really great for us, but in the greenhouse. And what I'm planning on doing with this is trying some in the greenhouse and see if I can get some to grow outside the greenhouse on our trellis where I put the squash and some more beans. And I'm really hoping this will work because I want to find a cucumber that will do well outside for us so that I can save my greenhouse space, my precious greenhouse space, for the things that really must be in there, like the peppers and such. And by the way, I really wanted to shoot this video outside today, but it's just cold and wet and windy out there, so I had to do it here at my kitchen counter in order to be able to get it out in time for March 20th. And now some other things that I'm going to be trying, and that is the rattlesnake beans I got from Sherry over at Family Homestead. Thank you for that, Sherry. And so I'm anxious to try these. I like anything that climbs, and especially if it's a dual purpose bean. And so that's another new one. And then another new one, I'm still trying to find the perfect carrot for our area, and that is this one right here. I don't even remember what it says. Nantes Scarlet. So we'll see how this one does for us. And of course, Baker Creek, that's the #1 place I get my seeds. People ask me that a lot. And the funny thing was, I hadn't even heard of Baker Creek. I wasn't like, at the time I started getting into Baker Creek seeds, I wasn't even really following any homesteading channels or anything like that. I just did a search wanting to find on the internet some good organic heirloom seeds, and it was the first thing that came up in my browser, and so I went for it, and I've been very pleased with them ever since. And they always send, as anyone who's ordered from them knows, a free pack of seeds. And I've had the sunflowers, the first free seeds I got that from them was sunflower seeds, and they've been the best sunflowers I've grown here. They just happen to be the perfect variety for our area. I've tried others that, they never quite do well, but the Lemon Queen does great for us. And I, in fact, have a big bag of seeds in here that I saved, and I'm going to be planting this year. So that's one of the things I left out of my, you know, that one garden video where we talked about all the different things we grow. I grow sunflowers too. And then this one is not new. I tried it last year, the valerian, and I planted all of my seeds and tried to start them in the greenhouse, and none of them germinated for me. So I'm trying again this year, but this time, instead of doing it the way I did it last year, I'm doing it the way I do my tomatoes and peppers, and putting it in the cooler, the greenhouse, and the greenhouse method. And we'll see if I have better luck with it this year. Or, you know, I don't believe in luck, but let's just see. I just want to see if I'll do better this year with these. So, because it would be nice if I could grow my own valerian. I also did buy some more ashwagandha seed and I've started some more of that, because I'm hoping, just in case the ones that I did get last year don't make it. I haven't seen any new growth on them yet, but I believe they are a perennial, so it should be coming back. But just in case, I'm going to start some more of those. Now I also got, here's some more of the seeds I got from our subscriber up in Canada, and some tomato seeds. I don't think I'll try these this year, but I do want to try them at some time. Another variety of tomato seed. And then from Troll Forge up in Canada, he sent me a couple of his seeds, Troll Farm seeds even. And one is motherwort. These are medicinal herbs. And the other is colt's foot. And I'm considering trying these this year. I don't know for sure if I'm going to try them this year, but because I have to kind of plan things out yet. And, you know, kind of get my garden notebook together and look it over. And now that I've kind of expanded some more garden areas, kind of decide where is going to be the best place if I do that. But I would like to try them. And thank you, Troll Forge, for sending these to us. I really appreciate it. That was very kind of you. And then another seed I got from that other lady up in Canada are these collards. And I do plan on doing these ones too. So, and then some things I'm still considering doing are cauliflower. I still have not grown cauliflower. I haven't even tried yet. So I might try this year. I need to do a little more research and find out when's the best time to plant for our area when it comes to cauliflower. I do love cauliflower, so I'd really like to grow it, and for whatever reason I keep putting it off. I think it's because I feel just a little, I just don't know enough about it yet and how to grow it. But anyone out there that grows cauliflower really well, especially if you live in a cooler, wet climate, leave your suggestions below and let me so I can read those and learn from you. And a few more things. I'm not going to go over all the seeds I'm planting this year, but I think I might grow some more purple potted pole beans. It's a lot of peas, but these ones do really good for us, and I love them. They're just such a beautiful plant. They have a dark green foliage. I'll go ahead and insert a picture right here. And then they get beautiful purple flowers, and then of course this dark purple bean that when you cook it, it actually turns a dark green. It doesn't stay purple. In fact, it turns dark green when you freeze it, and that's typically what I do with my beans, is I just freeze them up. And for whatever reason, I decided not to plant them last year, and I don't know why, because I really like these as a green bean. They're not really a dual-purpose bean, though I don't know why they wouldn't be. It seems like you could try it. These look like they would make a good cooked bean, you know, for chili. Like these beans here, my runner beans. These are my favorites because they get huge and they're beautiful. They grow all over the place and have just vibrant flowers on them. And then they're the dual purpose, so I get a good green bean from them. And I talked about these in another video, I know, but I just get so excited about my runner beans. And these are ones I saved from last year. And then last night I made a big pot of chili out of the beans I dried, some of these ones. And oh man, it was good. So definitely going to be doing my runner beans. I just can't let go of those. And then another bean I'm going to be doing that is not new. I've done it before and I meant to plant it last year and I forgot, are these what my father-in-law sent me. And they are, he calls them cornfield beans. I'm assuming they're the same bean as maybe the Tar Heel bean, the hillbilly bean, whatever. And they're a nice little bean. I'm hoping that since these were from the seed that I saved from the year before, I'm hoping these will do better for us than the ones I grew from the seed he sent, now that these are more acclimated to our area. Though I did get some beans, I didn't get near as much off of them as I really wanted. And part of it I think is because of the climate. It's a different climate here than what these, you know, the original ones were grown in. And because these happen to be the slugs' very favorite beans. Well, I take that back. Their very favorites was the dragon tongue beans I tried to grow a few years ago. I got some of those, but the slugs usually got to them before I could get them all. And I know there's all these great suggestions about slugs. There's ducks, there's beer, there's copper. I know all this stuff. We're not going to do ducks because we don't have the space. And beer and copper and all that stuff, all the natural remedies that everybody jumps on, does not work for us in rain country. It's just, yeah, you know, unless you live in a place that gets 120 to 160 inches of rain per year, it's really hard to understand the level of slugs we get here. It's not necessarily that they get huge, though we get some pretty big ones. It's that we get a lot, and they are very tenacious. I've seen them crawl right over broken up eggshells to get what they want. So they're tough, these guys. And I'm gonna of course be trying some more of the glass gem corn and see if I can do better from the seeds I saved from last year, as it now, just like with the beans, it should be more acclimated. And I have a whole basket full of more seeds that maybe I'll talk about some of this stuff in future videos as I get to planting and get out there so you can see what I got going, or just show you as things are growing. All right, well that's all I'm going to talk about today for seeds, because I could go on for a very long time talking about my garden and about seeds. But I want to hear back from you. What are the new things you plan on trying? Even if you don't have a channel, please, if you're a subscriber, let me know below what's something new, even if it's just one new thing or 5 new things. What are you trying and how are you growing it? Do you live in an apartment? Do you live in a neighborhood like we do on maybe 1/3 of an acre or maybe even smaller? Are you growing, are you going to do container gardening, raised beds? What are you planning on doing this year that's new to you? Not just the seeds, but maybe a new way of trying to grow things. And Mr. Rain and I will be reading through those so that we can just get some more ideas on what we can do on our small space. But even if you have acres and acres of land, what are you doing different this year? And remember, this is a collaboration video with Rose, Wholesome Roots, and a whole bunch of other channels. So I'm going to link to Rose's channel right here, and I'll try to get as many of the links to the other channels I know are a part of this in the description box below, and I'll be adding their videos to this playlist that you'll find this video in. So please go check those out and find out what all these other people are doing. Well, I hope you enjoyed me sharing what I got going on, at least a little bit, with my garden this year. Thanks for watching, take care, and God bless.